Did you know U.S. forces shot down Iranian attack drones near the Strait of Hormuz?
Today's top Trump foreign policy story centers on a dangerous military flare-up near the Strait of Hormuz, where U.S. forces shot down multiple Iranian one-way attack drones that were reportedly threatening commercial maritime traffic. President Donald Trump responded with a direct warning to Iran, urging Tehran to get their act together and fast. According to Reuters reporting today, a source familiar with the incident said U.S. forces intercepted and destroyed multiple Iranian attack drones near the Strait of Hormuz. The drones were described as posing a threat to commercial maritime traffic, which immediately makes this more than a military story. It becomes an energy story, a global trade story, and a test of the Trump administration's ability to manage escalation while peace negotiations remain active. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most sensitive shipping choke points. A disruption there can quickly affect oil prices, shipping insurance, global supply chains, and inflation pressure. That is why even a single drone incident near the strait gets immediate attention from markets, allies, and defense officials. The timing is especially important. This incident comes as Washington and Tehran are still discussing a potential peace deal. Reuters reported today that both sides say talks are making progress, even as military incidents continue to flare around the Gulf. That contradiction defines the moment. Diplomacy is moving, but the battlefield has not gone quiet. For Trump, this is a familiar strategic balance. He wants to project strength while keeping the option of a deal alive. By warning Iran publicly, the White House is sending a deterrence message. Attacks on commercial shipping or maritime routes will be answered. But the administration also has to avoid triggering a broader war that could undermine the very peace talks it is trying to finalize. This is the central tension of today's story. Can the U.S. keep military pressure high enough to deter Iran without collapsing the diplomatic track? There are three immediate strategic implications. First, the U.S. is signaling that it will protect commercial maritime traffic, not just American military assets. That widens the scope of the mission. If Iranian drones threaten tankers, cargo ships, or allied vessels, U.S. forces may respond, even if American personnel are not directly attacked. Second, Iran may be testing the limits of the ceasefire environment. Drone launches can be used to probe U.S. responses, pressure negotiators, or demonstrate that Iran retains military options, even while discussing peace. Third, commercial shipping companies may now reassess risk. If drone threats persist, vessels may reroute, delay transit, or demand higher insurance coverage. Those costs can eventually move into energy markets and consumer prices. For everyday Americans, this may sound distant, but it can show up quickly in fuel costs, grocery transportation expenses, and market volatility. Politically, Trump's response also matters. His warning to Iran gives supporters a clear message of strength. It reinforces the idea that the administration will not allow Tehran to control maritime routes or threaten global commerce. Critics, however, may argue that continued military exchanges show the region remains unstable despite repeated claims that a deal is near. This is where the story becomes more complicated. If the administration says peace is close, but military incidents continue, voters may ask whether the deal is real, whether Iran is negotiating seriously, or whether the U.S. is being pulled deeper into conflict. Here are the key things to watch next. 1. Whether Iran launches additional drones or missiles near maritime routes. 2. Whether the U.S. Navy expands escort operations or issues new warnings to commercial vessels. 3. Whether the incident slows or accelerates the peace agreement expected in the coming days. 4. Whether oil prices react sharply when markets digest the full risk. Bottom line, today's drone shootdown shows that even as Trump pushes toward a deal, the conflict remains active, dangerous, and globally consequential.